And I've got something new for you, Dork. Welcome to Fantasy Football with the Dork and the Dude. This is our draft review. That would be the dude over there, and I am the Dork.
That's it. Welcome back. We're getting more viewers all the time, Dork.
We are. Dude, I got to tell you, this draft, for one, it was fairly weak, a little light on talent, deep on good rotational guys. But
that's what everybody's been saying. That's the narrative, Dork.
And I'm looking at the team, and I can find something to like and dislike about practically every draft.
Sure.
And, I don't see any one team that stood out.
It's not an exact science, Dork.
No, it isn't. And I'm sure...
before you get into your analysis, Dork.
Yeah.
Don't mean to cut you off. I've got something I've got to play because the draft's over, and one of the first things they do with the new rookies is they have the Rookie Symposium. Have you heard of that, Dork?
I have, yes.
Yeah. Well, this is a little clip from Symposium, I don't know, 2011 or some bullshit. This was the rookie year for Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Here we go, brother.
All right? Now, I let my homeboys know. Y'all want to keep rolling like this? Then I need to know who's going to be the fall guy, who's going to be driving. Because y'all
and at this point, Warren Sapp is laughing his ass off.
I got to teach y'all how to get around all this stuff, too. If you're going to have a crew, one of them fools got to know he going to jail. We'll get him out.
He's going to jail, and they'll get him out, Dork.
Chris Carter.
Is that classic?
Letting the rookies know.
Yeah, you need a fall guy.
That's right.
But the more complex life gets and the older that I get, I realize everybody should have a fall guy.
Exactly. I'm here for you, dude.
Okay, man.
I'm the fool going to jail.
All right,
just bail me out.
Give us your winners and losers, Dork, and I'll do some commentary.
Okay. Like I said, they I thought it was all fairly even. I mean, this is inexact science anyways, as you said.
Yeah, we won't know for 2 or 3 years how
right.
these people are going to pan out.
But we can't help analyzing it because that's who we are.
That's what we do.
And first of all, just let me say, I'm not putting teams like the Jets, Miami, Cleveland, and Vegas in with the winners.
Appreciate it.
Because they did...
Because they're losers.
They did the easy part, and that's accumulating talent. And I think they all did a pretty good job. But now you got to develop it, and, they're at the bottom, and they're just, hey, everyone come on in here.
Yeah.
And the other team in that bundle, Arizona, they lead off my losers.
Okay.
They are the worst team to be taking a running back in the top 10, I think.
I don't agree with that, Dork.
Okay.
This guy, by many estimates, was the best player in the draft.
Right.
You're rebuilding. Yeah, granted, it might not pay off till year 3 with the Cat when you put a good offensive line around them. They have weapons.
They do.
And they need a quarterback. Brissett was putting up 300 fucking yards a game last year. I don't know why everybody's talking about him like he's dog shit.
I am not averse to a quarterback tandem of Brissett and Minshew in a bridge year, and I mean Minshew as a backup.
Yeah.
In a bridge year when you're...
You hope that sucker never gets into a game.
Right, but, he has done some good things in his career.
Been a while.
But it has been a while.
He's a journeyman, a backup.
I don't know. I go for a premium position if it's me.
Okay, and where's that going to get you since you're going nowhere anyway?
He's going to give you a piece who is going to be there hopefully 10, 15 years and be an all-pro.
Right.
It's just... you could go back to Barkley, who didn't improve the Giants.
That's because the Giants are a dysfunctional
Genty.
Organization.
And what are the Cardinals, I guess I'd say?
Yeah, but they've got new coach staff. You got to figure they're going to turn it around. I think
we'll see.
I don't have a hard time with that pick.
I don't know, but I just heard the same thing about Bijan and Genty the last few years, and it just work. And
it helps if you have a good quarterback.
And if it's LaFleur's brother, right?
Yeah.
If he's another genius on the level of Sean McVay, I suspect he'll make it work, no matter who they drafted here.
Sure.
And Love's receiving ability. They say they think he can play some slot and be used as a weapon in the passing game. That does change the calculus a
Yeah,
little.
no, fuck that. The plan is he's going to be Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, that's good, but that did not work out for Carolina when they had Christian McCaffrey.
No, this is the Shanahan tree. Carolina's dysfunctional.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm not impressed. Another dislike is the Rams.
I love their draft.
I'm not arguing with taking a QB here or a sixth-string tight end after him.
Right.
But tight ends are becoming a big thing, as we know.
Yeah, your team drafted one in the third round.
Yes, they did. But the QB is full of red flags. He's not a weapon as a runner. He can scramble, but so can everyone.
Right.
He didn't have a great year. They say it was injury, but it's also possible once people got film on him and studied him.
Right.
That's when his numbers declined.
Okay.
And he's smallish for a QB.
Right. What is he, 6'1"?
I think 6'2", 210.
Okay. Yeah, I have no problem with point. He's in the fucking NFL. He got drafted in the first round to one of the best organizations and coaching staffs in the fucking game. They will prepare that guy, and if you have to sit for 2 years, so be it.
It might work out great. It might give them keep their success going after Stafford. But there are just too many red flags for him as a quarterback to take him that high in my mind.
Too early to tell for me.
It is too early to tell, but that's my take, dude, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, man, but we're looking at big picture as well as macro.
We're looking at big pictures.
You got that?
Is it macro big picture?
Micro. We're looking macro and micro.
Okay. Another one. Atlanta.
Another loser. 2 years from now, you'll be, or 3 years from now, you'll be taking Ty Simpson in our fantasy fucking draft.
Well, that's very possible. I mean, I don't want to doubt Sean McVay, but these guys aren't right all the time either. I'm just saying.
True.
And if he could just take anyone.
Hell, he took Jared Goff.
Yeah,
number one.
If he could just take anyone and turn him into a great quarterback, he'd said, "No, we got Stetson Bennett here, backing up Stafford.
Yeah,
He's
Simpson's
next in
more
line."
talented than that clown.
He was a national championship winner. Bennett was.
Yeah, he'll knock around. He'll make $3 million a year as holding a clipboard
holder. Well, good for him. Next is Atlanta. That Pierce trade was just so dumb.
Yeah, it was.
In fact, it's a nice segue here because the pick that the Rams used to get Simpson was from the Pierce trade.
Freebie.
And I knew from reading stuff that he was the worst character case in last year's draft.
Yeah.
And so everyone in the NFL knew that.
Yeah.
And it proved to be true. Now, I hope he turns things around, but
to trade up for the fool, I mean, if he drops to you third round because no one wants to touch him because of his issues,
yeah,
okay, that's when move up first round, give a first round draft pick.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Next, Tennessee. Your Titans.
I love them.
People tune in for.
Again, Dork alert.
They picked the second best receiver on his team, on his college team.
According to whose estimation?
Everyone's. Jeremiah Smith?
Oh, and they're all right all the time, too.
Yeah. And they passed on a couple of possibly generational defensive talents in Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles.
Right.
And I just don't think that's smart.
Okay.
Okay. I think Carnell Tate will be a fine player, but most people didn't even have it as the top receiver in the draft. It was
doesn't
Tyson.
matter. Fucking Jerry Rice went number 16, for God's sake.
Well, I will gladly come on here and say I was wrong if he's the next Jerry Rice.
Oh, he's not going to be, but they need Cam Ward weapons,
Yeah.
And Averill Reese ain't going to fucking do that.
Yeah, but he might cause turnovers and sacks and get him the ball in good field position.
You still got to have someone to throw it to.
Well,
It's an offensive-minded league, Dork.
but there were good receivers available in round 2, 3, and 4.
He was their guy. I have no problem with taking your guy.
I think this was a mistake. And anyways, the last one, well, I get that. I agree. I totally agree. But I'm going to have a take that's different, and I have a platform here, and I'm going to say it, damn it.
Well, that's what we do, Dork.
Yeah. And finally, everyone's piling on San Francisco.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of like their picks,
I have no problem.
except why do they keep drafting running backs in the 3rd round who fail?
Well,
It's been like every year they draft a guy.
because if you hit on one, no one remembers the failures. Jordan Mason's a good back.
Jordan Mason, but wasn't he late round or even an undrafted free
Elijah
agent?
Mitchell was a good back.
But again, he was later than that, I think.
Injuries and shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. They take risks.
Yeah.
Sometimes it pays off. Sometimes it blows up in their fucking face. What
Okay.
was Kittle, a 5th rounder?
Kittle was a 5th rounder, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so no, I don't question those cats.
Well, but we got it. We can't put these guys up on a pedestal.
No, but
And-
we can't just fucking hammer them.
Yes, we can. That's what we do.
Oh, so you're doing a hatchet job, John Lynch and Shanahan. Okay, Dork, go for it.
Yeah, because Tyrion David Price, Trey Sermon.
Look
I know there's been some others. And I like Tyrion Davis
Everybody
Price.
makes mistakes.
They make one with a running back every draft.
You don't want me to go into the Chicago Bears draft history,
I'm
do
not
you,
talking about
Dork?
the Bears. I didn't bring up the Bears.
No, but I am.
I'm not. Well,
I'm
going
gonna
to
play
do that
this-
after Chicago Bob's report.
I'm going to play the straw man.
Okay. Anyways, these are the ones I like.
Okay.
I mentioned, the Jets, Miami, Cleveland, Vegas. I think they did a great job.
Had a shitload of high picks.
But they're rebuilding, and they did what they had to do. Congratulations.
They're dysfunctional. We don't expect much from them.
Right. Tennessee's dysfunctional, too, but you love them.
I do.
Arizona's dysfunctional, and, Anyways, Baltimore. I like that. I like what they got. They had a lot of picks, which is really good in a draft like this.
Sure.
And their first-round pick,
And they draft well.
They got a stud. They didn't worry about positional value. They said, this guy's an all-pro as a guard. Let's get him.
Yeah.
Carolina. Good
My boys!
Yeah, they got good players at premium positions, I believe.
I got some Carolina gear downstairs. Just arrived, I think, FedEx.
Excellent. I can't, you're going to have a rotating bit of gear this year. I'm going to love it.
Oh, yeah. That's the way I rolled, Dork.
Washington, I like.
Oh, yeah, why?
They waited on
They're
Sonny Styles,
dysfunctional.
who's looking like the next Urlacher.
Okay.
Styles played
was a
safety, fast guy, tall guy.
Good pickup at 7.
And then they got value on it. If you look at every one of their picks, he was picked, let's see, the consensus on him was way earlier
Sure.
than when they took him.
Right.
So I think they did a good job.
So they got good value.
Yeah. 3 more, I think, did well. Dallas, because they got Downs. He looks like an impact player,
Yep.
and that pass rusher.
Yep.
And they focused on defense.
Which was their weakness.
Buffalo, I thought, did a good job.
I did too.
10 picks they had. They got an edge, a tackle, and a cornerback. And I'll mention this guy later, but I think the receiver Skylar Bell is a good long shot for Rookie of the Year.
A lot of
He's
people.
one of those guys who just catches the damn ball.
Yeah, he's a lot of people are talking him up post draft.
Obviously, the Giants with their 2 first-round picks, but they also
They're
have
my boys.
a big hole in the middle of their defensive line, so we'll see how that goes.
I got to get some Giants gear. I don't have it yet.
Who aren't your boys? Come on, dude. You're usually bashing and doing a hatchet job on these clowns.
Well, Dork, seeing as how
Are you softening up in your old age?
no, seeing as how I'm riding my super betting season from last year and stuff.
Yeah.
I realize I'm on a roll. I got the mojo. And
Right.
so I'm going to be cashing a lot of tickets, Dork, that you're going to say, oh, hey, Dork, you were right. I didn't think the Titans would do jack shit, and I cashed big tickets.
Okay. Well,
That's how it works.
we'll in maybe a month we'll have a an updated win totals show,
Sure.
and we can do some side bets then. Okay, and we'll see who cashes who.
It sounds like a total plan.
Okay.
Although the win totals aren't going to change much probably in the next couple months.
Probably not. Okay, and also I like Denver. I thought they made some solid
I
late
thought
picks.
they were solid too.
And the fact that they brought in Jalen Waddle.
The gutter snipe drafts well.
So those are the guys I like.
Okay.
And now we talked about the Bears. We have Chicago Bob's Bear Report. Thank you, Chicago Bob.
Yep. Want me to do it now, Dork?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. I'll take my shades off. And thanks again, Chicago Bob. Your analysis is always right on. Says, hey, Dork and Dude, another NFL draft is over and done with, and for the second year in a row, the Bears surprised us with their second-day selections. Yours truly was right about the Bears taking a safety in the first round, but I did not expect Dylan Thieneman, is that how it's pronounced? Thieneman to fall in their lap. He's an Oregon duh.
Yes, he is.
The Bears were fortunate that he dropped because it was a position of need also. I was predicting, hoping, they would go D-line with both day 2 picks and pick up a center and tight end later on. But they flipped the script on me and did pretty much the opposite. Here's my expert analysis.
That's why we have you here, Bob.
That's it. Bob knows his Bears. That's why he's Chicago Bob.
Yeah.
Round 1, Dylan Thieneman. I'll get that. Did you bet him for Rookie of the Year, Dory?
Not yet.
You need to get on that. Safety out of Oregon, great value at 25 overall. Will start alongside free agent signee Kobe Bryant. Round 2, Logan Jones, center out of Iowa. Will start the offseason behind Garrett Bradbury, who has 1 year remaining on his contract. Jones may compete for a starting job this year. What did you think about the Jones pick?
I like it. I wanted depth in the interior offensive line, and he gives it to him.
And you lose Dahlman.
He's also a tough, he's the only knock on him is he's a little undersized, I believe.
He's not one of those big corn-fed farm boys?
Apparently not.
Okay.
I think he's only like 303 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is kind of light for Iowa linemen.
Dave Remington Award is the best center in the nation last year.
Nice.
He comes from Iowa, who produces good offensive linemen.
Yeah, they do.
And he moves really well. He's super quick, and I think in this scheme he should do real well.
Okay. All right, round 3, Sam Roche, is it?
Rush.
Tight end out of Stanford. The Bears moved back from round 2, pick number 60, here for a 5th round pick. They needed to take a tight end because they often run multiple tight end sets. Rush will play some as the third tight end and probably contribute on special teams.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the pick there, Dork? Would you have been there in the 4th round?
I'm going to say no. I mean, Ben Johnson has a plan for him, but that doesn't mean it's a good plan. He may have been there in the 4th round, but they targeted him. They went by their board. I personally would have liked to see him take an edge rusher, and there were decent ones there.
And you had 2 third-rounders.
Yeah.
Okay, so your second third-rounder you picked, and everybody considers this as a reach, just like the 49ers with their wide receiver was a reach. I don't care. Xavier Thomas, wide receiver, kick returner out of LSU, has blazing speed, ran a 4.28 40-yard dash at the combine. What do you think about that, Dork? Was it a reach?
I agree it's a reach.
Okay.
Who knows? Blazing speed, they may...
But, by round 3, I've been watching some analysis. If you wait till round 3 to get an edge rusher, they're gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So you got...
and no round 3 edge rusher, or put it this way, a round 3 edge rusher or defensive interior guy
Right.
is highly unlikely to make an impact on the roster as anything other than rotational help.
I hear you. Okay, so then in round 4, you took Malik Muhammad, cornerback, Texas. I've heard good things about him.
Good athlete, yeah.
Corner with good height and speed, adds depth, and could be a starter in 2027.
Yeah.
Hey, 4th, 5th rounders, if they make your teams and produce, you're happy.
You're happy.
Round 5, Keyshawn Elliott, linebacker out of Arizona State, high character guy who will start out as a depth piece and special teamer.
So the Bears, one of the reporting out of this was they really went for not just high character guys,
Right.
but guys who love to play football, love to work at it. And,
I like it.
And, the kind of guys who had to be chased out of the weight room. Not that they do that. But,
I hear you.
And so I'm all for that if all these guys are like that.
Cool. Round 6, your only defensive lineman taken, Jordan Vandenberg, defensive tackle out of Georgia Tech, another high character, high effort guy who would join the defensive tackle rotation.
He's interesting guy. He's a real good physical specimen. He didn't get to the combine. He didn't get an invite. But he had a pro day where his testing was off the charts, I guess.
Cool.
So we'll
and he
see.
Lasted till the 6th round?
He lasted till the 6th round, and that's an obvious red flag, but we'll see.
Okay.
South African guy.
Okay. And then it says, best Bears rookie names. There's a tie, Dork. This award goes to 2 undrafted free agents. Squirrel White, wide receiver, and out of Florida State, and Hayden Large, tight end, Iowa.
First of all, I love the names.
Yeah.
Iowa tight ends do great. I mean, Kittle, Dallas Clark, Hawkinson.
They're tight end man.
Laporta. I'm never going to argue with an Iowa tight end, and I know I missed some. Hayden Large, undrafted free agent, but who knows? We'll see. Maybe they'll a 4 tight end offense. Who knows?
I agree.
And I love the idea of a Caleb to Squirrel matchup.
That would be awesome.
I just hope he doesn't run like a squirrel where he's just going all over the place and you can't find him.
They call him Squirrel for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe he's from Alabama. And
He's quick.
They ate it growing up.
Could be.
Anyway, Bob gives him a B-plus grade. He says, again, I was hoping for a day 1 or 2 defensive linemen, but the Bears had invested heavily in that group last year and are hoping that better coaching will turn it around. I think they're managed to add depth at some positions that will help them manage the roster with respect to the salary cap. And he also wanted to thank, I missed page 2. You got the rest of it? Finish it off there, Doug.
It's pretty clear that Ben Johnson is in charge. They had significant contributions from last year's draft class, so I will give Johnson the benefit of the doubt here. That's all I have for now. Thanks to the Athletic, Chicago Sun-Times, and 670 Sports Radio The Score.
And Courtney Cronin.
And Stacey Dales. I saw her. She was on there today. I watched a little video of her thoughts on the Bears.
Nice. I like Stacey Dales.
Yeah, smart reporter.
Yeah, she is.
I agree with I give all of them the benefit of the doubt, but I'm going to give my opinion too. So
well, that's what we do.
Our viewers demand it. Our listeners demand it.
There wouldn't be a damn podcast if we didn't do that.
Fucking A right there.
You got any other stuff to add, Dork?
Real quick, just early thoughts on some fantasy players.
Nice.
I think Jadarian Price with Seattle is a good one. I don't like running backs in round 1, but John Snyder has had a lot of success drafting running backs early. And this guy's probably going to be the man from day 1 behind a decent offensive line and a good offense.
First, he might be the guy first 5 or 6 weeks till Charbonnet gets back.
Exactly. A couple of obviously Love's going to be a good pick because he's going to get the rock.
Yep.
I like some later drafted running backs to keep an eye on, and of course, watch the camp news, see what's going on, all that.
Yeah.
Jonah Coleman from Denver.
I like
out
that.
Of Washington.
In our fantasy draft, someone's going to take a flyer on him.
Nick Singleton, I believe he's with the Titans. Does that sound right?
He is hell of a pick. I should have
Yeah.
talked about it when you were running them down and doing a hatchet job on their ass.
That's okay. I think he might be a decent fantasy pick. And his teammate at Penn State,
He's going to take Pollard's job before it's all over.
Katrin Allen at Washington. I thought that was a hell of a pick too. It'll be like when Lydell Mitchell and Franco Harris came from Penn State in the '71 draft,
Yeah,
and both of them became Pro Bowlers.
you're dreaming.
Yeah, oh yeah, you just watch. Okay, there's a lot of good receivers out there, and I'll just name them off. Antonio Williams, Washington, Deshaun Dribbling for the Niners, Omar Cooper for the Jets, Zachariah Branch for Atlanta, Elijah Surratt, Baltimore. He's an Indiana guy.
Yep.
The other Indiana guy, Omar Cooper, was picked first.
He's going to take Bateman's job.
You know, obviously Tate, Tyson, and the first rounders.
Sure.
But you got Boston and Concepcion at Cleveland, Chris Bell at Miami, and obviously Mekhi Lemon with Philly.
Yeah. What a move by Philly to get that guy.
And keep an eye on tight ends, Justin Jolly and Dalen Bentley at Denver.
Mm-hmm.
The gutter snipe uses the tight ends well. They both
Big time.
looked pretty good. So just keep an eye on them.
And they're giving up on Ingram. That was a dumb signing.
Well, you know, you take your shots, but
Yeah,
it turned out to be dumb.
Didn't work.
Okay, can I do one more thing here, dude?
Do it, Dork.
I took a little deep dive on first-round quarterbacks. Give me a dork alert. Oh, thank you.
First, I'm giving you your applause for your analysis, Dork.
Oh God, here we go again. Dork alert.
Okay, so, dude, did you know that in the first 62 years of the draft, from 1936 to 1997, there were only 17 quarterbacks selected number one overall?
I knew that.
Since then,
Just kidding,
the 27 years, it looks like,
Okay.
or 29 years, from 98 to 26,
Okay.
there have been 22 QBs. As the importance of the QB has become apparent to...
If you don't have one, you got no shot.
Right. But that's 39 overall, and a lot of them before the Super Bowl era.
Sure.
So I kind of started with Bradshaw in 1970
Okay.
as you know, for my thing.
Sure.
I counted 3 who were, a lot of them you could call busts,
Right.
but a lot of them also played a long time and did put up a good year or two.
Well, and when you start with the worst team in the league,
Right.
You can easily get shell-shocked.
And the 3 I identified as, I would call them busts,
Okay.
were Tim Couch,
Sure.
David Carr,
Sure.
and Jamarcus Russell.
Sure.
There were others who were busts like Vinny Testaverde, but he went on to play a long time.
He did.
Jeff George was a clown, but he also played a long time and kept getting signed by new teams who thought they could coach him
Right.
into being something other than a douchebag.
Uh-huh.
And, so that 5 of those, in all that time, 5 won a Super Bowl with their original team.
Uh-huh.
And that was Bradshaw, Elway, Aikman, and the Manning brothers, Peyton and Eli.
Right.
3 of them won a Super Bowl with a different team. Our guy Jim Plunkett, Manning, and Matthew Stafford.
Uh-huh. Of course, Manning wasn't the first overall pick.
He was.
No, that was a trade with San Diego.
Eli was, but he was.
Eli.
He is listed as the first pick, though.
But he wasn't. It was
I think
a trade.
San Diego, they picked him, but he was picked.
Yeah, but
if you look at the draft, he was the guy picked first, and then they traded him to the Giants.
Okay, I thought he was announced as a member of the Chargers or whatever.
I'll have to look at that.
No,
but,
he was. I
think
remember
he
him
was.
coming out carrying the fucking jersey.
Yeah.
So he was He was not the number 1 pick.
Well, he was, but they traded him. They picked him number 1.
Before or after?
I think after.
Yes. Okay. Who went number 1 then?
He did. He was the guy announced as the number 1 pick, and then the Giants flip-flopped with with San Diego at the time.
Okay, so the Chargers announced
Yeah.
him as is the number one pick.
And honestly, Rivers
Okay.
Rivers was a better quarterback.
Yeah, he was.
He just had a couple of lucky Super Bowl wins. When my theory now is that Tom Coughlin said, "Remember all those signals we used to have? Yeah, we're going to change them for the Super Bowl," and that's why New England was clueless about what to do.
Yeah, Manning had a pretty lucky fucking career, like Warner.
So Mendoza, I like him. But he is one of those. He just coming off one real good year prospects.
Right.
So we'll see. But he is the right pick. 31 other GMs would have drafted him,
Sure.
or traded down to a team that would have drafted him
No
if they had a
doubt.
quarterback. So
Yeah, it was.
I am not knocking the Raiders at all.
It was slim pickings out
Yeah,
there.
it was. And I just thought that was interesting to share. One more thing, quick.
Sure.
So the day of the draft, as it got close, I was watching DraftKings and or looking at DraftKings and trying to predict a draft order
Right.
because of the odds.
Sure.
It did not go well.
Yeah.
Mendoza was right. No, like
Mendoza was probably minus 1,000.
Fano went to Cleveland and Delane went to KC. They were predicted,
Right.
but not in their spots.
Right.
Tyson, they got that right. Let me see. I'm just going down the line here. They had the Rams taking Lemon, although Simpson had pretty decent odds.
Right.
Ione to Baltimore. Omar Cooper to the Jets, but not at 16. They got him later.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they didn't get anything right hardly.
It's tough.
So, Malachi Lawrence to Dallas. He was kind of set to go there.
Uh-huh.
But it was just an interesting little exercise, and it just shows that, maybe the odds makers don't know.
They don't.
Yeah, the big thing was Reese. He was dropping like a rock for number 2.
Yeah, he was.
His odds were down to minus 250, I want to say.
Uh-huh.
And we were watching it. I told you it's probably going to be Reese, and then they picked Bailey, and I felt like a damn fool.
Well, yeah.
But it won't be the first. Wasn't the first time. Won't be the last.
Most of the mock drafters weren't right either. Okay, Dork, before we close out here, I'm going to run down my Super Bowl bets. I think I've probably got about 400 in futures at this point. So let's run.
This is the guy who had Seattle at 65-1 at this time last year. So you'd be wise to listen, everyone.
That's what I'm
Take
talking.
note.
That's what I'm talking about.
Tom, this is business, and this man has taken it very, very personal. It's not personal, Sonny. It's strictly
frickin'
business.
business.
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably watch that clip once a week on YouTube, that and the Mo Green clip.
I like it. I like the Mo Green one too. Okay, I don't have a lot on the Super Bowl per se. I have the Rams. I got them at plus 950. They dropped as far as plus 750, but they're back up to plus 800.
Oh, okay.
I got Cincinnati 25-1.
I like it.
I got yeah, they're 25-1. I think they dropped after the draft down to 22 or something.
Yeah.
I got Carolina and the Saints both 100-1. I regret on them because according to Oregon law, any wins over $600 they hit you on for taxes, but that was a mistake. I don't make many of those.
Taxes are the price we pay for a decent society, dude.
I got the Tennessee Titans, my Tennessee Titans, 120-1, Dork. Like you
Nice.
said, no one should be 100-1.
That's right. And if you like them, take them.
I got the Giants, 70-1. I got the Vikings, 55-1.
I like that one. That's really a good one. I'm going to jump on that one.
Do it. And then I got the Rams over the Broncos, exact finish, 100-1.
Love it.
Divisions, I got the Broncos winning the AFC West plus 215. I got Carolina winning the NFC South at plus 360. Titans winning the AFC South at 750, plus 750. And the Vikings winning the NFC North at plus 550. They're plus 600. I should have waited.
Here's what I'm going to say on that. Anytime you get a team over about plus 500 to win the division,
Yeah,
take it.
that's what I'm thinking.
Jump on it, throw a few bucks on it. whatever.
That's what I'm doing, Dork.
That's smart. I did it with the Texans 2 years ago.
Nice.
When they were, I want to say 22-1, just $5, and they won
22 to 1?
Maybe it was 11 to 1.
win?
I won $110 on it.
Cool.
So if I bet 5, it was 11 to 1. If I bet 10 or
Okay, Dork.
anyways, I got the dude has teams of destiny. I picked out 2 today myself.
Who are they, Dork?
The Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
Because that is a division in flux with new coaches
Would
and
you
everything.
bet them to win the division? They're probably plus 750.
I'm going to do it.
Or 10 to 1.
Yeah. And
Do it.
The other one is the Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay.
They have a superstar on both offense and defense. They
Right.
got a new coach who seems to have gotten things together.
Right.
It might be Cousins. It might be Mendoza. I don't know.
Who cares?
But I'm really not impressed with where Kansas City is now, especially with Mahomes maybe missing the start of the season.
He will miss the start of the season.
I'm not impressed with, I like the Chargers. I like the Broncos, but Bo Nix didn't blow me away last year.
No, the Broncos going to kick ass.
And who knows? But those are my 2 teams of destiny.
All right.
So there you go.
Okay.
I might get some gear.
I've got a few teams. My teams is of destiny, and a lot of this is based on my betting, Dork.
Yeah.
The Rams, the Titans, the Panthers, and the Saints. Okay, so I gave you divisions, wins over and or under. I got Denver over 9.5. I got Cincy over 9.5. I got the Saints over 7.5. I got the Vikings over 8.5. I got the Giants over 7.5. Carolina over 7.5. Jacksonville over 9.5. Philly over 10.5. And I got New England under 9.5.
Love it.
Yeah, Grable, it's not good out there, brother.
It's not good for him.
So, I could see a possible regret. And they had the easiest schedule in the world last.
They did. Super Bowl loser. I mean.
Super Bowl loser, hangover, coach in scandal.
Yeah.
Not a good combo. Okay, and then I also got some parlays here, Dork.
Let's hear them.
Tennessee plus Carolina plus Minnesota to make the playoffs, 31 to 1.
Love it.
I got New England plus Detroit plus Seattle to miss the playoffs, 18 to 1.
I like that too.
Purdy MVP 20 to 1.
Like it.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. I don't even know the cat. I was reading
Anthony Hill.
Anthony Hill.
That's a good one.
40 to 1.
Yeah, he's on the same kind of situation as your guy last year, Schlesinger.
That's what I'm hoping for,
Yeah.
Dork.
Good thinking, dude.
And I got one more. I placed it today. Kevin O'Connell, Coach of the Year, 30 to 1.
Love it.
My Vikings.
Anytime Kevin O'Connell is over 20 to 1, jump on it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Who do you like in the Derby?
I just got my racing form today. I haven't done my handicapping, Dork. So I really can't commit, but I've got a couple of long shots that once I hone it down a little bit, I'm leaning toward. One's called the Puma.
Puma, love it.
Let's see, who else do I like in there? I've been looking at other races a little closer, first off, whatever. But one thing is for sure, the favorite has the number 1 post position. It's Death.
Yeah.
And so it's wide open. Easily you can hit a 12, 15 to 1 shot to win this damn thing.
I heard that it's wide open this year, and I like that.
Yeah, so I'm going to be working my magic Friday with the form and placing my bet Saturday morning.
Okay.
And so this is going to be one of the fun ones because a lot of times the Derby, there's like 2 big horses like last year.
Yeah.
Journalism is sovereignty. And one of those 2, maybe 3 horses are going to win. This is so wide open. There's 5 or 6 horses that could win this, and no people would go, I wasn't surprised.
Okay.
So
excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be back in maybe a month. We'll see. But if you hit that subscribe button, I think you get notified, right? Or
Yeah, and it's
like
free.
It's free.
Yeah.
Costs
Subscribe
nothing.
for free.
But thanks for joining us. Enjoy the beautiful weather we're going to have across the country.
Yep.
Thanks, kids.
Okay, thanks for watching Fantasy Football, the Dork and the Dude. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Who's gonna be driving? Because y'all not gonna all do the right stuff now. All right, so I got to teach y'all how to get around all this stuff too. If you're gonna have a crew, one of them fools got to know he going to jail.
You going to jail. We'll get him out.